Hey guys, Eclipse14 here, and welcome to the end of Let's Play Panzer Dragoon Saga. Well, we've come a long way. 4 full discs, practically every side quest I could reach, made it to level 58, and it's just been one long, strange trip all the way here. Can't go wrong with it, though. So, we are finally here against Sestren. All the anti-dragons were dealt with last episode, so that was handled. All that's left is this thing. As you can see, I already completely capped myself out, which was at the very end of that last episode. And all that remains is just to press A once to have the caution logo put up, and then hit it one more time, and here we go.
ここまで来た。お前の望んでた場所だ。さあ、答えよ。お前の本当の力を見せてくれ。
戻ってきた。しかもその人間は与えられた使命を守り続けることこそが我々の役目。しかしお前はその意志の外に存在する。排除する。あの時と同じに排除する。誤った意志も絶対の客人も。
Sestren Nexus. Okay, so this first phase, there's absolutely nothing you can do, but there's these 5 particular orbs. Just shoot each one of them. What happens is a bunch of cutscenes. Mostly from Panzer Dragoon, and notably Panzer Dragoon 2, because I recognize several of them. That first one didn't seem too crazy. And wait for another charge. We'll hit the second one. Yeah, that's Panzer Dragoon 2. I knew that right from the Dragon Pump. I knew it. Number 3. This is also Panzer Dragoon 2.
最近やけに変種が生まれる。
Yeah, that was the entire opening cinematic for Panzer Dragoon 2. Well, parts of it anyway. 4th one. Definitely the ending of Panzer Dragoon 2, because that was the Guardian Dragon.
エラーの封印を確認。
One last one to go. Before you shoot it, charge everything. Now fire. Just for one final scene. This.
復活を確認。再度封印せよ。D 隊01起動確認。
That looks like the first one. Because things look a slight bit different. There's Edge. Right from the second episode. Because the first one took long enough. And that's it. Which begins the actual fight against Sestren. Okay, here's the deal. This first phase, you got the green zone behind it and the red zone up front, which is the weak point, which you want to hit this anti-solo dragon. That's literally the weak spot. Why it's not like anything else on Sestren itself beats me. But use these two free shots against it. Now hurry back before you get shot. And sure enough, I got blasted. You're expected to take quite a few hits here, unfortunately. It just is what it is. So wait a minute. Quickly get up here. Damn, more lasers. Oh well, at least it's not a red zone, because that could be a lot worse. Unleash Ghost Dragons. Okay, this section changes things a slight bit differently. Don't bother trying to attack right now. You'll see everything just kind of rotate over time. And you just want to get out of a red zone and get into a green zone, which will immediately do detect surroundings until you reach a certain point where it'll deactivate. You can just go back to firing away at the solo unit. There it is, deactivate system, which unfortunately put me right... Shit, why did I do that? Somehow you allowed me to rotate. Nice job. Let's go ahead and roll on up. Oh shoot. Yeah, as you can see, it's a mere 400 damage. And that's at level 58. Well, not really 400, but it is what it is. Okay, so this next phase... I mean, you can fire away at Sestren, but it's only going to do that much damage. What happens here is that over time, the red zones will overpower the green zones, to which case you'll end up facing unavoidable heavy damage from certain fused enemies just coming in out of absolute freaking nowhere. I'll shoot once. I got a chance. Just comes right the hell nowhere. Oh shoot, quickly, quickly. And here comes a fuse attack. There's also a second move that can appear, but after a while, the solo dragon will... 1100, yikes. Currently the solo dragon's inside that belly of sorts. You can see the wings kind of flying. Eventually it will come out. You got a good chance of attacking for some actual damage. At 4,000, I'll fire once. But a main thing of concern, yes, Psychic Field. status clear, which in this case doesn't really do anything. Not built up enough. Just, there's no reason to move once everything's red. You're really sending a shell coof at me? God. 2,000 damage. The single hardest hit in the game, bar none. There is Dragon. After a while, it'll rotate. You kind of want to see where it's pointing at before you make your shot. In this case, it'll turn this way. Eventually, it'll go back into that belly, and you'll have to start over again. And there's Aqua. It'll go back in there, but I'm not sure it's going to make a significant difference, largely because, I mean, I can fire away here and just keep doing damage. Oh, shoot! Nearly goofed up. Use Golia. Blast for 1200. But yeah, if you use the normal class and just keep your gauges active, you'll end up restoring your HP. But in my case, I'm not really carrying a whole lot, largely because of, well, being pretty close to being done. I will use a... I'll do an Elixir Maxis. I think that's really all I'm gonna need. Because the worst that's gonna come face me is a freaking Shellcoof anyway. Status clear doesn't do jack. I'm just thrown up front. Like, who fucking cares? One last shot, and that's it. This game is over.
これで終わる。
この声、ドラゴンなのか？
旧世紀の残した遺跡、すべては今、私と共にある。さあ、私を殺してくれ。絶対の客人よ。そのために私は帰ってきたのだ。
絶対の客人？それってドラゴンの？
そうではない。
どういう意味だ？
私は絶対の客人を導く存在に過ぎない。旧世紀の呪縛を解き、世界を再び人の手に戻せるのは、外の世界よりドラゴンに導かれた者。君だけなのだ。絶対の客人よ。世界を人の手に返そうとしたあの時から始まった旅の、そして数千年にわたる使命が終焉する時が来たのだ。さあ、ボタンを押してくれ。少年エッジに宿りし魂よ。再び全てを始めるために。
What the heck? I mean, if you don't do anything for a little bit, it'll end up working anyway. I'm just going to do it. Just stick on a black screen. Ah, what the hell? I'll press A.
ありがとう。そしてすまない。
そうか。君が僕の中に。君こそが絶対の。
Blip out of sight. Well then.
Depose.
Tu d'intelligere.
Imus d'intelligere tu de equa divaria.
Intelligere! Lasciane. Exia. Rufiza. Leitio.
Dena.
De consiglea nostra. Dana zas ecci.
Edges somewhere. But that's it. Man. What a long, strange trip this has been. By the way, enjoy mostly Japanese credits, because it never really got edited except for one section. But, that concludes Panzer Dragoon Saga, and the conclusion of my 14th Let's Play. Out of all the games I wanted to do for 2023, this was the one I wanted to do the absolute most, because it's 25 years since this masterpiece was released, and a lot of people will argue what they would consider the greatest game ever made was. A lot of people would say, like, Final Fantasy VII, some would say Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, maybe some of the newer stuff that may come up, like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, maybe something else completely out of the picture that's not a Nintendo system. But for me, personally, this game is my answer, and some people may attest to that in such a way. And I kind of share the solidarity, because this actually is an incredible piece of work that is in a very weird position, because it's lauded as an incredible game, which is one of the reasons why I played it, but it's also just an obscurity, because it was one of the last games to be released on the Saturn that got released outside Japan, and as a result, the status of it has become more of a myth than anything else. When it comes to the Sega Saturn, though, there are some more games I am planning to actually play, as I have been going into it a little bit more often the last couple of years. The main problem is it's just a pain in the ass to find any games for it. At the moment, there's only one other game I could Let's Play, and that would be Shining the Holy Ark, because I still have my disc. Beyond that, I did have an attempt at Albert Odyssey last year, but there were some problems with that, and eventually I ended up having to drop my disc from my collection, largely because it was succumbing to the elements. It's a game I definitely want to get again, largely because I enjoyed that game. So it would be nice to honestly go back and get that and play it for the channel. But as for Panzer Dragoon Saga, this was worth every struggle to get this done. I started this thing, what was intended to be its 25th anniversary of release, which was April 30th. There was some problems that resulted in it eventually being cut, and I started again in the middle of August. 3 months later, hey look, there's the English text for once. Anyway, 3 months later, I finally managed to make it to the end and finish the one thing I wanted to do more than anything else this year. I still got Breakfence and Musashi to finish, and that shouldn't be much longer. But beyond that, that's everything for 2023. And what has been a pretty brutal year for me personally. I at least managed to come out on top for a couple things. As for 2024, I do have a game I'm ready to do to start it. Beyond that, well, we'll have to see what comes up. But beyond that, this was a trip worth its time. And I'm glad I was able to play it for the channel, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well and as much as I did. One final scene.
Tunese was solis de Zoe. Macularum Mateo Minus, de Verde Mimbus, Leo Factor Lex Vita. Today Ikua.
Tak, tak. Veritas!
Tunwes is out the laos to quell laos. Tunwes to enor paticitas zo. Agor visgina to es. Tunsi. Civitas to feng jada transiu. Tu estu intersevernia. Laus desesifir lofisa esa mutus.
And off that one goes into the vast desert. And that's it. Clear model Dragon Solar Ring, which is the best. Nearly 1,200 kilometers. Field map coverage, 100%. Target destruction rate is pretty much the same thing. Enemy data collection rate manages to be 97.8, and spiritual, wow, 52. I did not expect that to be that low. Now, the 97.8 on the enemy data, I do recognize that there were a couple enemies I did miss. Notably, in Uru during Disc 2, there was a small little section in between Kramen fleets that had an opportunity that just never actually triggered. So that's precisely the reason why I got a 97.8 instead of a full 100. But yeah, that spiritual closeness thing surprised me. I thought I'd get 100 a little bit easier than that, but at least I got over 50 and did get Astral Phantoms. So that is what it is. Did not expect that. And if you press A, you don't need to do X, Y, and Z this time. You get one final image with Azel in the original structure. And A one final time, and it fades. And save the game, which I'll do after this little section here, but this is the last screen you get to see. So, that concludes Panzer Dragoon Saga and the conclusion of my 14th Let's Play. Thanks to everyone who watched from start to finish. It's been a rough ride. The initial run in April didn't work out, but at least I managed to make it the second time around. Definitely going to try a few more Saturn games that have been in my interest, as it is a system I do kind of enjoy, but again, it's just kind of difficult to be able to do stuff when you can't find the freaking games for it. But sure enough, I will get some more done. Shining the Holy Ark is at least a probability for next year. When I do that, it will be up to me, and I'll see what happens as time goes on. But this was it. This was the one game I wanted to do this year, and now it's finally come to a close. Once again, everyone, thank you all for your support. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my Let's Plays. But other than that, I appreciate you, and I want to thank you for watching. See you next game!